right, race fans. Welcome to TurnLeft TV. Be ready for some high-speed action tonight. Let's step on the gas. All right, race fans. Welcome to Nashville Superspeedway. This is TurnLeft TV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The High-Octane Racing League Tough Truck Series hits Nashville Superspeedway tonight for a 110-lap race. It's race number 5 of the season, and this track is slick, baby. Don't forget about the tire rule. Who's got what it takes to bring home the victory here at Nashville? Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's watch it right here on TurnLeft TV. Well, we got a tight points battle coming into tonight's race. It's race number 5. This could be a big one. It's Nashville Superspeedway, 110 laps ahead, baby. Let's get this party started.
A lot of soul.
All right. Thank you so much for coming in here and joining me on TurnLeft TV. Nashville Superspeedway tonight, race number 5, 110 laps here from a great track, man. A little tri-oval, not quite a mile and a half, but man, this thing races like a short track, really. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster, commentator here at TurnLeft TV, and I appreciate you joining me here tonight to watch this race. Flag-to-flag coverage here tonight. And excited for this one, man. Woo, man. I'm glad I'm up here in the broadcast booth because this bad boy is absolutely challenging tonight. Whoa. Tonight's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you are interested in an rFactor 2 server, there are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. That's EliteHostingUSA.com. And thank you so much for coming in and joining me here on the YouTube channel. Don't forget that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't done so, and smash that bell. Get updates when races are going live here at TurnLeft TV. Thanks to all those folks that come out and watch these races, whether it be on live or on replay. I definitely look at the number of views. I look at my new subscriber count. I check it every day, man. So thank you to all those folks who support TurnLeft TV. You can share my videos with all your friends on any social media platform where you can share YouTube videos. You're more than welcome to share mine here at TurnLeft TV. Take a look at the schedule here. Of course, this is race number 5. We're halfway through the season after tonight's race, and we're on the back half next week at Lucas Oil Raceway. See Daytona, Texas, Vegas, and Bristol. Man, we got a couple short tracks, super speedway, and 2 mile-and-a-halves on the back half of this season, man. It's been a fun season number 1. First 5 races or 4 races here, and I think we're going to have another great one here tonight at Nashville. Some more racing headed your way this week. Oh, the Daytona Duels 2 35-lap races coming up at Daytona on Friday, February the 7th. That'll be live right here on TurnLeft TV. We'll start the broadcast about at 8 o'clock or so. I should say about 8:45. But show up early. And that is a season number 1 race. Of course, it's 2 races, and we're going to set the grid for next week, full race at Daytona. So it's the Daytona Duels coming up this Friday, February the 7th, live right here on TurnLeft TV. About 8 minutes left to go in the practice session here tonight. Greg Gallagher out here in the 14 truck. A little slickery out here, so be really, really careful. Take a look at the track here at Nashville. 1.33 miles, 2.145 kilometers in length. And you see located in Lebanon, Tennessee. 4 turns, of course, a tri-oval configuration, banking in the turns at 14 degrees. Slick track, very slick track here, so you have to be really, really careful when you get up on the wheel, stay up on the wheel, and manage those tires, man. That brings me to my keys to the race here tonight. Save your tires. This thing, the back end wants to step around pretty easily here, and it's pretty hard on the right side tires too, so you're going to have to save those tires considering there's a tire rule. You get 12 total tires here tonight without penalty. Any 2 tires you take over that limit in the tire rule is a 1-lap deduction. Find your groove here tonight. Make sure you set up your passes, manage that traffic, and make good pit stops. Getting on and off pit lane could be the difference between winning and losing here at Nashville. Saturday Night Thunder will be in action for their version of the Daytona Duels on February the 8th. That's our Cup Series. A lot of fun in that series, man. I get out of the broadcast booth, get in the driver's seat, and mix it up, man. And I'm excited about Daytona, man. 2 35-lappers there in the Cup cars. Saturday Night Thunder has been going on since 2001. And I joined High Octane Racing League as they switched over from NASCAR Heat to NASCAR 4. And we were running some pickup races on the Saturday night. That ended up being the Saturday Night Thunder. How about that? Been there a long time, man. I'm an old man. Got about 4.5 minutes left to go in the practice session before we hit qual. want to take a look at our point standings coming into tonight's race as well. Been a tight points battle. Really, really tight points battle here. So excited to see what's going on here with the points battle. This is going to be a big, big night points battle-wise. So take a look at that. Ed Palumbo and Jesus Iglesias in tie for P1. Just 10 points back is Gordon Carter. You see Todd Robillard sitting in the 4th position. Sean Jacobs is 5th. Givaldo Spinola in that 6th position. Chris Harvey is 7th. Dana Grover 8th. Andrew Smith 9th. And John Stanley rounding out the top 10. Take a look at P11 there. Claudio Bardelli Jr. the top of the page there. Hey, I'm still in 12th and I'm broadcasting. Dennis Yurchin is 13th. Tony Furtado is 14th. 15th, Craig Gallagher. Ben Ursilva sits 16th. Chelsea Neto 17th. Greg Kirchmeier, Brett Owen, and Preston Hassel all tied for 18th position. And Dan Richter sits in the 21st position. So those are the standings coming into tonight's race. Say thank you to Givaldo and getting us started off here tonight. In the chat session. Good to see Givaldo out. Best of luck to Givaldo here tonight. Tire rule going to be really, really tough here tonight, I believe. The tire rule is, again, you get 12 total tires. Any 2 tires you take over the limit is a 1-lap penalty. You got to conserve those tires, and I think this is a track where you may see that really, really come into play. I don't think, for the most part, tonight we had an issue, or this season we've had an issue too much with the tire situation. So don't forget to join us over at highoctaneracing.net. You get a quick link to our Discord server. That's where we do most of our business. And you get updates of point standings, who's winning what. You'll see screenshots, who's won throughout the season. We got a champions graphic up there as well. Cycles through all the champions we've had here in the last bit High Octane Racing League. And a good way to get a hold of us is click on that Discord server and fly on over there. That's where we do most of our business on Discord. So thank you so much for visiting highoctaneracing.net. Ready to go to the qualification session. This is going to get interesting. Don't forget, man, to support Claudio Bardelli Jr., who's out here in the race tonight. Support him. He is Mr. Sober Tom Podcast. That's his YouTube channel, so support him by clicking on that Sober Tom Podcast. Head on over there to him. All things music, Claudio Bardelli Jr. All right, getting ready to go to the qualification session. These guys will have 2 laps qualify. Right now, it looks like we've got about 16 drivers joining us. Good sized field here tonight. Thanks to all those viewers out there. Got 1 concurrent viewer right now. Some lovely individual hanging out with us. I feel like Aerosmith right now, man. Wow. So it looks like these guys headed over to the qual session here as the session cycles over. Like Craig Gallagher might be our first car out on the grid. Craig Gallagher in the Toyota, number 11. Tonight is going to be our first qualifier. These guys all qualify in a private situation too, so they're not all out on the track at once. So, well, they may be, but they're not in each other's view. So, fast there in that first sector, setting the pace in sector number 1 in the Toyota. Let's take a look at what Craig Gallagher is going to lay down here for us. 32.639 for Craig Gallagher. Giulio Galagari in the 28 here tonight. Right now, Gallagher at the top time with 32.639. John Stanley up to P2 in that Ford. So the Toyota at the top of the grid here so far. Tony Furtado up there as well, now in third. Giulio Galagari. Sean Jacobs with the 31.879. Robillard up there as well. So a couple Chevys knocking the Toyota off the top. 32.352 for Giulio Galagari. Dana Grover on one of those Toyotas. 89 truck. The Trax VR sponsored number 89. Sean Jacobs at the top time here so far. Gordon Carter second. Stanley third. Robillard fourth. Neto back to fifth. Good to see Jelson Neto out with us. Last second sector here, I'm telling you, man. Oh, a little bit back, a little bit slower there on that second sector. Blue, 31.987 up to P5 for the Toyota. Dana Grover. Andrew Smith in the 26 truck. Ben Arsilva now to the top of the grid, 31.370. Man, that's lightning fast for Ben Arsilva. $35.024. Some work to do for Andrew Smith. Take a look at Claudio Bardelli Jr. See where he lands. Claudio 31.654 up to P3 for Claudio. How about Rory Martin? It's like he's pulling in his truck into the infield. Ed Palumbo in the 54 Trump. Was it the Trump truck I saw earlier there? And here we go. Ed Palumbo with the Palumbo Cigars sponsor machine with the 32.047 up to P9. Jesus Iglesias in the 22. Brand new paint scheme there for him. Raced it last week, so still, the paint's still drying on that bad boy. See where he lands, a little bit off there. 31.875, not bad. Top 5 there for Jesus. Good run there for Jesus. It looks like Ed Palumbo in pits. I think he's finished up. So I think Jesus is our last qualifier. He's got one more lap at him. That sounds like he might be backing off there a little bit. So that's it there for him. So a P5 starting position for Jesus Iglesias. It looks like those guys are effectively finished with the qualification session. And of course that will give you the official results once the time runs out. Thank you so much for joining me here on TurnLeft TV. Let's get this party started.
to your butts, cause this is gonna be a great show. Heath Johnson, saying all you need to know. We got fast cars racing, hopefully you're pacing. Are you ready for some high-speed action? Step on the gas! Alright. Race fans, my heavens! My heavens! Bushwhackers! Saturday night! Thunder! Tough trucks! NASCAR! IndyCar! GT3!
All right, boys and girls, we're back. Thank you so much for being patient here with us tonight. These guys are going over the drivers' meeting. In case you're just joining us, we're at Nashville Superspeedway tonight. And we have good race here tonight, man. Race number 5 of the season, and we are at Nashville, and it's 110 laps here tonight. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster, commentator here at TurnLeft TV, and excited for this one. So now they are technically in the warm-up session, and we will take a look at the results here in just a minute. Looks like a couple guys rejoining the server. So about 9 minutes left to go in the warm-up session. Guys are getting tightened back up here. Take a look at the qualification results in just a moment. Official results are still being tallied. Don't forget, Bushwhacker Series, the Daytona Duels. Daytona Duels coming up this Friday. 235 lap races. And, man, it's going to be a fun one, man. This will be live right here on TurnLeft TV. Take a look at the qualification results. I think we got them in here. Here we go. Ben Silva in the 3 qualifies P1. Outside row 1 will be Jelson Neto in the 83 or 63 car. Claudio Bardelli and Dana Grover in all Toyota. Row 2. Jesus Iglesias and Sean Jenkins make up row number 3. You see Gordon Carter in that 7th position. Julio Galagari qualifies in 8th. Ed Palumbo, smoking the cigar, qualifies in the 9th position. Chimolo Spindola will start in P10. Starting in the 11th position is Todd Robillard in the 90 Craftsman truck. Rory Cameron Martin in his first race out with us in the 49. Will start P12. Craig Gallagher in the Toyota will start in 11th. Andrew Smith in the 26 truck will start in 14th. Tony Furtado starts in the 15th position. I believe that's how that's going to work out. Take a look and see if we can't get another look at that since we got those guys joining us back. Looks like that's it. Yep, it looks like it. So that's the qualifications tonight. I got to get my good to see Chris Chivers in here. So good to see Chris joining us. My pick tonight. Ooh, boy. It's going to be a tough one, man. Tough on tires, tough on nerves. I am going to pick, man, I'll tell you who I'm going to pick. I'm going to pick that car right there. Todd Robillard to win this race. That's my pick to win. Todd Robillard, I got it in. It's official. You see it right up there. Well, I think that Craftsman truck, man, he's been so close. He really has. He's been really, really close. And I think Robillard's going to win here tonight in that 90 truck. Looking good here at the Craftsman, with the Craftsman sponsorship. And I think this is the kind of track that really caters to his driving style, too. So keep your eyes peeled for the 90. Locked in, baby. Locked in. Don't forget that super chat there in the chat, TeamSpeak chat, if you are, in the YouTube chat, like to help me out there. Click on that super chat. Furtado, another driver here, but I think could have a really good night in that Valvoline sponsored number 9 truck. What a great looking truck that is. And I don't know whoever painted that truck. The guy is a Van Gogh. He's a Van Gogh. A little under 4 minutes left to go in the practice session, or warm-up session. Don't forget the Saturday Night Thunder will also be at Daytona this Saturday night, race number 5 of the season, and it's 2 35-lap races. It's the Daytona Duels there, Cup Series style, and then we'll have the real Daytona race the next week. That's right, we're going to set the front row for Daytona in the Saturday Night Thunder, just like we're doing in the Bushwhackers series. Take a look at the Bushwhackers. These guys also doing the Daytona Duels, 2 35-lap races. That'll be broadcast live right here on TurnLeft TV. You don't want to miss it. Join us on Friday nights. Qualifying starts at 9 p.m. I think that's about the time I'm going to go live. Probably a little bit earlier than that, but nonetheless. A little under 2 minutes left to go. I'm ready to get this party started. I know that. John Jacobs getting his practice in coming down pit lane. That's going to be challenging, man. Hitting off of turn 3, I believe, through turn 3. So a little challenging. Chris Harvey out here joining us. Oh! Chris Harvey testing the wall out. Take a look at it here as we got some time left here. We'll take a look at the side-by-side, make sure that's working okay. Uh-oh. There we go. See, a little bit of a problem right there. A little bit of a problem. Get that figured out. So about a little under a minute left to go here. Everybody hanging out on pit road now. Like 17 drivers joining us tonight, and hopefully we don't have 17 caution flags. Let's keep our fingers crossed on that one. I think we got it working now. There we go. Just in time, just in the nick of time, man. I need an assistant. Anybody knows whether Dua Lipa is looking for a side job here at TurnLeft TV, let me know. Have her get a hold of me. Purely professional relationship there, I assure you. All right, boys and girls, let's get this party started. I'm ready to rock and roll. This is going to be an interesting one tonight, man. Woo, boy. This is going to be an interesting one. Be careful on that lining up. All right, tonight's here, 110 laps here at Nashville. And we'll take a look at the starting order here tonight. Benar Silva will start in P1 in the 3 truck. Jelson Evans starts in the 2nd position. Claudio Bardelli Jr. will start in P3. In P4 will be Dana Grover. Starting in the 5th position will be Jesus Iglesias. Sean Jacobs 6th. Gordon Carter starts in the 7th position. Julio Caligari starts in P8. Ed Palumbo starts in 9th. John Stanley starts 10th. Geraldo Spindola starts in the 11th position. Todd Robillard starts in P12. Starting in the 13th position will be Roy Cameron Martin. Craig Gallagher starts 14th. Andrew Smith 15th. Tony Furtado starts in the 16th position. And Chris Harvey starts in P16. All right, here we go. We're getting ready to go green, bad boys. Getting ready to go green. Race keys here tonight. Save those tires. Find that groove. Make sure you set up your passes. Manage that traffic and make good pit stops. Big field here tonight, 17 drivers. Keep our fingers crossed for a good, solid, low caution count tonight. Now, pace car is off. Here we go. Where are we at? A 3-car, Bitter Silva, 3-truck of Bitter Silva. Lead the field to take that green flag, and we're under green. 19 jumps under Gelson Neto. Gelson Neto a little late on the throttle there. And Benor Silva pulling the 19. Also the 22 of Jesus Iglesias. Gelson Neto trying to work on that outside line. Tucks in, and now Jesus Iglesias says, I want to get around here. Get up here and lead some laps, but the 3 and the 19 nose to tail. And Jesus Iglesias, Gelson Neto also in this mix. Jesus Iglesias down on the inside line, as you see also the 89, Dana Grover as well. Sean Jacobs on the looks like he's on the outside line of that 24 truck. 24 just ahead. We're on the board here with Dana Grover. Sean Jacobs picking up a spot now in P5. Dana Grover now in the 6th position. Get a battle up here. Look at this. Jesus Iglesias has taken the race lead. Wow. Showing some muscle here. Look at the yellow flag. Oh, we got a car coming around. We got a car coming around. Not sure who that was. 54, Chris Harvey, looks like he's off the pace on the inside right there. So it looked like Chris Harvey came around. Take a look and see what happened here, Chris Harvey. And right there, Chris Harvey coming across, getting into, oh man, getting into the 54. Oh, and then hard in that inside wall. Looks like he just came across the front of the 54. You see he's going up the track here, and then up to the outside, gets into the 54 truck, and then, whoa, look at that, man. Like Andrew Smith gotten by. Board here with Andrew Smith, actually a little bit behind the 8 ball there. And Harvey back out on the track. Take a look at Rory Martin and his view of it. Right there, you definitely see the 2X. Oh, Rory Martin did a great job of missing that. You got to cut out some of these cameras, man. And Palumbo. Take a look at Ed Palumbo's view of this. He's on board here with him. There's just a whole lot of that 2X coming across the front of him. Ed Palumbo had nowhere to go. Gets the truck back out on the track with no problem. We're going back to live here. 5 laps in. First caution flag. Jesus Iglesias is our leader. We got some guys on pit lane. Looks like Palumbo on pit lane taking service after that that front end contact. So he's on pit lane taking some service. So Ed Palumbo finishing up that pit stop, coming back out on track. It looks like actually it looks like he's still on the on pit lane. Start back there in the pack, probably about P15 by the time things sort out here, maybe with some late pitters. So Jesus Iglesias climbed up there to the race lead, got around Ben Silva just as we were catching wind of that, and then that's when the caution flag came out. Don't forget, the High Octane Racing League Bushwhacker Series will be in action for the Daytona Duels this Friday night. So 2 35-lap races. The winner of each of those races will set the front row for next week's Daytona race, 70-lap race there on February the 14th. Ben Silva is second, Neto third, Jacobs up to the 4th position. He's had a good battle there with Dana Grover to gain that spot. Grover is in 5th. You see John Stanley, Gordon Carter, Todd Robillard, Rory Martin, and Tony Furtado rounding out the top 10. Very Chevy heavy top 10. Sorry, it was easy. That was the low-hanging fruit there of rhymes. Come on. Got a Toyota up there in 5th, 2 Fords in the top 10. Todd Robillard in the 90. My pick to win the race here tonight is right now running in the 8th position, just ahead of him, Gordon Carter. Looks like Todd Robillard getting awfully close to the back end of that truck there. I'm not sure what it is about the tailgate of that truck. Seems to just attract drivers. These guys are lining back up here 2 by 2. And Jesus will lead these guys to go back grade as we see the lights are out on the pace car. Wildwood-sponsored Chevy on the inside. Jesus Iglesias choosing the inside lineup. Puts Bernard Silva, I think, is really good on the outside line, too. Puts him up on the outside. Gelson Neto, also a really good driver on that outside line. He's down on the inside in row number 2. The pace car is off. And here we go. Ready to go back green here. Bernard Silva lagging back just a little bit, looks like. And Jesus Iglesias getting a good jump. Sean Jacobs now giving Bernard Silva a little bit of punch there in the back. Get him going. Silva up on the outside line. Jesus Iglesias jumping out there at about a 2-car length gap over Silva. And Silva's got to run here on the outside line. Gelson Neto looking for that opening on the inside. Jesus Iglesias looking fast here. Got to remember the tire rule, though. And that battle between Neto and Silva is Neto clearing Silva. He's up to P2. And just behind, we got a battle there with Sean Jacobs and Dana Grover. Jacobs using that outside line. Grover in the Toyota. 89 tucks in the 5th position. Just behind him. Just behind him is Wood Carter and Rory Martin. Couple Chevys there working together. We'll get Gordon on board here with Gordon Carter as he follows Dana Grover, who's in the 5th position. Gordon Carter running in P6, and the Victoria's Secret. It smells awfully nice inside the cockpit of this truck. Perfume and stuff. Rory Martin up the track a little bit. First race out with us. Claudio Bardelli Jr., a little work to do for him. He is running in the 8th position. Looking down at the front of his truck, he sees Rory Martin in the 49. As this Napa sponsor machine hoping to pick up some spots. John Stanley. Giulio Caligari and Andrew Smith side by side here as Caligari getting by Smith. Andrew Smith way up the track there. Andrew Smith got up the track, got into the outside wall, and now scrubbing off some speed in that Laguna number 26 truck. Now finds himself back to the 17th position. This battle is still raging here. Rory Martin tried to work this outside line, and that can work out for you, but you gotta be, oh man, there's contact! Contact between Rory Martin and Claudio Bardelli Jr. Martin wasn't giving him an inch. Just up the track there, Bardelli Jr. driving it deep in the track. Rory Martin lost the front end of that truck. That got interesting there. Holy Toledo. That got interesting. We'll take a look at this again. You see Bardelli Jr. in the 19 truck. Down on the inside. Trying to make this pass. Getting over right here, and there's going to be a little bit of kiss. Oh, man. He's a little smooch right there from the 49 truck. Claims the lead there for James, the advantage there for just a second, but scrubs off. And has to try to gather that thing back up. Wow! Take a look here as Gordon Carter down to the inside. Oh, and he's hit by the 49 truck. Oh, contact. The 49 gets into the 56. Knocked the panties off of that truck. And the 49 got into the 56 truck, and he gathered it back up. But, man, let's take a look at this again. See the 49 drives it in deep right here, getting into the back of the 56. Oh, man, that'll drop the bikini there, won't it? He gathered it back up. Somebody threw him a beach towel. And, wow, that got wild. Take a look at this. Chris Harvey and John Stanley mixing it up. Chris Harvey in the 2X. John Stanley in the 12 on the outside. Ed Palumbo in the 54 truck. Also having a battle there as Chris Harvey picking up a spot. Rory Martin up on the outside, using that outside line. And into the fence again as Carter gets by. Chris Harvey trying to find his way through. And Palumbo holding them off. That racing is getting intense in the back. These guys got to remember, man, there's a tire rule in this series. Bitter Silva, Sean Jacobs. These guys know how to save some tires. And Sean Jacobs in the Kubota sponsor machine trying to clear the 3. Bomarito, number 3 truck of Bitter Silva. Sean Jacobs now up to the 3rd position. Bitter Silva falling back to P4. Jesus Iglesias is our leader, but he has company. And you look at that, see who that is. That's Mr. Highline himself. That's the 63 of Gelson Neto. Gelson Neto looking to try to get around Jesus Iglesias. Gelson a little bit slippery right there through the turns 3 and 4. Robillard and Dana Grover. Robillard in the 90. Subtract 1, and you got the 89 of Dana Grover. How about that? That's a little math joke for you. Craftsman Trucks, sponsored 90. Gets around the 89. Tracks VR Toyota. And picking up a spot. Todd Robillard up to P6. Dana Grover back to the 7th position. Julio Caligari and Givaldo Spindola battling it out. Givaldo looking up to pick up P9, but Julio is fighting back at that 28. Muscling his way through is Givaldo. Caligari now back to, Givaldo picking up 9th. Caligari back to the 10th position. Oh, boy, a lot of Potteria Cesario right there. That's a little pizza sauce. We got a battle here for the race lead. Gelson Neto to the inside. He has shown some muscle here. 63 truck. Oh, Jesus tried to slam the door, and he does on Sean Jacobs. Jesus Iglesias slammed the door as Neto made his way through. Holy smokes. Neto made his way through. Let's take a look at his pass again. Neto makes his way through. Watch the 22 truck. He's going to try to slam the door here. Wants to slam the door here on Sean Jacobs. And he does. Jacobs backs off. Woo, Nelly. Getting a little chippy right now between the Spaniard and the Pennsylvanian, the Quaker. Tony Furtado, Givaldo Spindola having a good battle. Givaldo in the 68, Tony Furtado in the 9. Couple Chevys here duking it out. Oh, man. Givaldo trying to use all that track. Oh, there's some contact right there. He got a little blue paint on that bumper. And Givaldo pulling off that pass. Furtado back to the 9th position. Oh, boy. Guys are really, really working to get those passes in. Take a look at this battle here. Sean Jacobs and Jesus Iglesias having a fist fight right now. Jacobs wanting to get P2. Iglesias gave up the lead to Neto, and Jacobs has to back off as Iglesias showing muscle on the inside, but Jacobs going down to the inside. He's got Bitter Silva just behind him. Jacobs trying to figure out where he needs to protect. Bitter Silva still working that high line, trying to figure out whether he's going to go with the Kubota sponsor machine. Bitter Silva tries to figure out where he wants to be. On board here with Bitter Silva as Jacobs Trying to pull away. Climb back onto the back of Jesus Iglesias. Claudio Bardelli Jr. in this mix as well. Gelson Neto, the leader in a 63. This is the type of track, really, that Gelson Neto rises to the top at. Kind of driving style you have to employ here at this track, that is right in Gelson Neto's wheelhouse. He's getting really chippy back there. Yeah, Palumbo and Chris Harvey. More contact. Here's Harvey there down the inside. Getting into the back of that Palumbo. And more contact. Man. And that got chippy right there with the 54 and the 2X. We saw that before. Look at this. Jesus Iglesias wants the lead back, battling the 63 of Gelson Neto. Jesus Iglesias using some muscle and now reclaiming P1. Gelson Neto back to the second position. Sean Jacobs third. Silva is fourth. Silva now going to the high side. Benner Silva now working on outside line, and Claudio Bardelli Jr. in this mix as well. Good side-by-side racing here. Benner Silva and Sean Jacobs. Claudio Bardelli Jr. in this mix. Gelson Neto just ahead. Look at that drag race right there through the corner. Claudio Bardelli Jr. trying to figure out who he's going to go with. And I think he feels like the bottom line a little bit better. Going to give the 24 a little bit of an aero push there. Push that air up behind. Get him going. And he gets around Benner Silva. Silva has to tuck in. Now in the fifth position. John Stanley and the 49 of Rory Martin. John Stanley in that Stanley Tools Ford gets by, taking over P14 as Rory Martin falls back to the 15th position. Good battle there between those guys. Jesus Iglesias, our leader. Gelson Neto in second. Jacobs third. Bardelli Jr. is fourth. Bardelli Jr. looking a little frisky right now, like he's wanting to take over P3. And Palumbo trying to get around Tony Furtado. A little bit of damage to that 54 truck with the contact with the 2X truck. Not happy. That'll light your cigar, that's for sure. Flicking a little ash out the window. There is Ed Palumbo. Gotta watch it, man. You got oil behind you. You got the Valvoline behind you. They catch fire. The 9 truck of Tony Furtado, one of those old guard HORL drivers. Right now running in the 11th position. This battle up front is absolutely epic right now. Bardelli Jr. in the Toyota, battling Sean Jacobs. Make that inside line just a little bit better as Claudio Bardelli Jr. clears Sean Jacobs. Looking out on the front of Sean Jacobs' machine. So Bardelli Jr. picking up a spot. Sean Jacobs falling back to P4. Take a look at that pass again. Bardelli Jr. diving down to the inside. Gets a good run on the outside. Diving down a little bit of, trying to do a little bit of a slide job right here. Hoping Sean Jacobs does not get the bite he needs off that corner. They're still side by side. And there you go. Claudio Bardelli Jr. down the straight, picking up that spot. Textbook pass right there for Bardelli Jr. And we'll take a look at Jesus Iglesias. Has about half a second lead over Bardelli Jr. Jacobs in third, Neto fourth, Silva in fifth. Take a look at Dana Grover. About there by himself in the 89. He's running in the 7th position. Ahead of him is Todd Robillard. Fair distance, about half a straight. Ahead is Robillard. Robillard trying to everything he can to kind of close in on that that group ahead. Dana Grover running in P7. We'll take a look at Robillard. Kind of get that view of where that gap is at. So about 2.5 seconds there between he and the 5th place truck of Benor Silva. As hard as those guys have been racing up front, you would think that maybe that Todd Robillard number 90 had a little bit easier time closing in. But you are talking about some fantastic truck drivers up there, auto racers, if you will, just ahead. Take a look at this. So Rory Gallagher, Rory Gallagher? Rory Martin. Rory Gallagher is like he was in a British band, wasn't he? I don't remember the name of that band. Oasis? There we go. Andrew Smith in 26, running in the 16th position as Rory had gotten around. So Andrew Smith had a pretty tough night here in that Luna sponsor machine, Luna sponsor machine, running in the 16th spot. Craig Gallagher, there's a Gallagher, running in the 11, in the 17th position. Tony Furtado here trying to make some moves. Getting around the 68. Tony Furtado in the 9. Getting around the Chevy Panaria Cesario sponsored machine of Givaldo Spindola. And Tony up to P10. Givaldo back to the 11th position. Battle here for the race lead as a 22-hour leader. The 19 all over the back of him. P1, P2. The Spaniard and the Brazilian. Oh, we got a yellow flag. Looks like maybe Rory Martin is around. The 49 has come around. And we'll see what happened here. Rory, Andrew Smith and Rory Cameron. Oh, a little contact there with the 26. Got into the 49. Look at that contact again right there. You see the 26 on the bottom line. And then he comes up the track. Gets in. Well, actually, one of them coming down, too. We take a look at that black line. So a little bit of a kerfuffle there between the two of those guys. And let's take a look out of the front of Gallagher's machine. Oh, man. I'll tell you what, you take a look from that perspective there. It definitely looks like man. Definitely looked like the 49 came down. Came down and got into the 26. So you take a look here. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. It does look like the 26 came up as well. So, and then contact. Andrew Smith had the worst end of that deal. Take a look and see what happened to him. You watch this. He gets in here and he spins through the grass. Oh, man, he hit hard, too. Wow. Andrew Smith hit really, really hard. Go take a look here. Smith into the truck, goes across the grass, and he is going to absolutely head on into the wall. Wow. Tough, tough hit there for him. And he is out of the race. I think he has blown that engine. Man. So Andrew Smith looks like he is out of the race. What a tough break there for Andrew. Jesus Iglesias, the leader. We got some guys on pit lane. Tons of drivers on pit lane. Now Gallagher on pit lane as well. Looks like he's finishing up his pit stop, though, coming back out on track. He's going to start in the 16th position. So Jesus Iglesias is our leader. Don't forget, next week we'll be at Lucas Oil Raceway. Oh, man, that's a slick track. Tough on tires there, too. And the tire rule could definitely be something that's a factor at this track. Holy smokes, that's going to be a fun one. 140 laps there to race at Lucas Oil. That's right near my house, actually. We're about 40 miles away from Lucas Oil Raceway. 140 laps there on February the 12th. And that will be the back half of the season. Start the back half. So Jesus Iglesias pitting late here. Woo! I don't know, Nelly. I don't know, Jesus. No sé, mi amigo. No sé. Could be muy malo starting in the back. As Jesus giving up the lead, track position. We got quite a few laps to go. We're not quite to halfway, so he may seem big picture here, but giving up some track position to come down pit lane here late in that pit sequence. Sean Jacobs going to start on the outside. Row 1, you see Benar Silva, Julio Caligari. Row 2, Dana Grover, John Stanley. Actually, Ed Palumbo, row 3. John Stanley and Jelson Neto will start in row number 4. Gordon Carter and Givaldo Spindola will start in row 5. This is going to get interesting here. Here we go.
Green flag, green flag.
Back to green. Mardelli Jr. got a good jump. And I think Sean Jacobs in the 24 going to be a little friendly. Right now, a lot of laps to go as the 19 sneaks in there just ahead of Sean Jacobs on the outside. Just Guys got a lot of laps together under their belt, man. They a lot of respect between those two drivers. Bernardo Silva, cagey veteran that he is. Great Brazilian drivers. Those guys that can get in anything and make it competitive. On board here with him, making the truck competitive tonight. Bernardo Silva could be driving a shopping cart around this track and be up front. Julio Caligari here battling. Right now running in the 4th position. Dana Grover in 5th. There's Julio up front here in the top 5. Oh, yellow flag. Yellow flag, Chris Harvey. Oh, Jesus Iglesias got caught up in that. Jesus Iglesias got caught up. Let's take a look here. This is a little bit later, but Jesus Iglesias got a big time problems. Take a look here and see what happened. On board is Chris Harvey getting into Jesus Iglesias. Take a look at this again. Back this up a little bit. There's Iglesias on the outside. You see there's going to be some contact here between the 2 and the 22, and the 2 comes up the track, gets into the 22. Kind of a hard pinch right there by the 22. More contact. And then, oh, Tony Furtado had nowhere to go. And I think Jesus ends up coming around too. Well, Iglesias forward here with him, and he's going to end up getting turned around. And see Furtado making contact as he comes through. The 11 able to slide through. And Jesus Iglesias, man. Just bad luck there, pitting late. I was worried about that. Really, really worried about that. On board here with looking out the back of Givaldo's machine right here. I don't know, man. It's early on here to try to make that pass, but see down to the inside and then sliding up the track. It's awfully tight right there. Probably would have given a little bit more room. And then contact. Tony Furtado gets caught up in that as well. He had nowhere to go. Tony Furtado had absolutely nowhere to go on that. On board here with him as this guy's slamming into one another, and he's trying to choose. Oh, what a high octane logo right there in his field of view. Go back up here with our race leaders. Back under caution. Here's Claudio Bardelli Jr. is the leader. And I'll tell you, I was saying this earlier when Jesus came down pit lane to take some service. I said, I mean, it was late in that pit stop, or that those caution laps just before we went back green. He dove down pit lane. I said, man, I just don't know if that's the best idea in the world. You see Giulio Caligari coming off pit lane here. I just felt like that that wasn't going to be a super good thing. You're going to be back in the pack, super risky. And now you see he's going to be dealing with some damage here in P11. We are getting some guys coming down pit lane. See Givaldo Spindle on pit lane here, taking some. He's going to take some tires, I think. At least take some service. Maybe take some right side tires. Remember, there's a tire rule in this series. So you got to be really careful in how you play that game. I think we're going to go green this time by, as these guys are getting too wide. Double file here. Bardelli Jr., the leader. Jacobs will start on the outside of row 1. Dana Grover, Ed Palumbo side by side. You see Ed Palumbo up front. Now he had to work his way up there. A little bit of luck there with some caution flags and some cagey veteran strategy. And he is now in P4. Dana Grover on the inside line in P3. John Stanley and Gelson Neto will start side by side there in row 3. Bardelli Jr. will lead the field to take the green flag this time by.
Green flag, go,
89 go. All over the back of him. Giving him some incentive to get on the throttle. And the 19 slamming the throttle into turn 1. Trying to clear that 24 truck. 89 wants to slam the door there so the 24 can't get back in. But no, he changed it. Got out of the throttle, tuck up to the high side. And Sean Jacobs wants a piece of the race lead. Diving down to the inside. Bardelli Jr. up on the outside line. Good side-by-side battle here. 24 has to tuck back in as Bardelli Jr. Too much muscle. That Auto Care sponsored machine. We got a yellow flag. I didn't hear that one. Looks like Gallagher and Stanley off the pace. Take a look and see what happened here. With 90 on the inside. Oh, contact there with the 12 and the 49. And then Gordon Carter gets into that. More contact. Got a wheel bouncing through the infield. It looked like things got bunched up. The 12 on the outside, the 90 on the inside, the 49 trying to split the middle. And then, wow. And then 56 had nowhere to go. He got into him. And the 56, Gordon Carter, out the front of his truck. Tighten it up right there. I mean, that is 3 wide. You got to be a little bit more aware of what you got going on. And there was contact with the 12. He turned the 12 into the 90. Man. I really think that was on the 19 truck here, or the whatever truck that is, the 49 truck. Take that back. So I'm at 49. He drifted up the track and got into John Stanley. See Stanley in the 12 on the high line. And the 49 going up the track. Stanley on the inside, so there is some contact there. But, man, trying to split the middle is not a good idea. And we got a melee. We have got a melee here. I'm not sure what we were doing with the 3 wide in the middle situation, but John Stanley in the outside. He's on the outside line. Bottom line, Robillard on that bottom line, and then just comes together. And then there's more pain here as the 12 gets clipped, and then the 22 gets into this as well. Jesus Iglesias, big time problem for him. Be a tire flying over his way here in a second. Some contact there. Tire right there. He has nowhere to go. Again, the dangers of pitting and starting at the back. So up front's where you want to be, apparently. So, man, this is getting a little UGLY here. All right, these guys are going to do a single file restart this time. So a little too aggressive there on the double file starts. So we do that to try to alleviate some of that aggressive dive bomb type stuff. So the 19, Claudio Bardelli Jr. is the leader. Sean Jacobs second, Dana Grover third, Ed Palumbo fourth. Gelson Neto will start in the 5th position. So single file restart this time. Sean Jacobs will start in 2nd position. Dana Grover 3rd. A couple Toyotas there in the top 5. At Palumbo in 4th. Gelson Neto, the top Ford. He's in the 5th position.
Green flag, go, go,
Back to green. And it looks like the 19 and the 24, 1-2. 24 started a little bit far back on that restart. Now has a run there on the 19. Backs off. Claudio Bardelli Jr. just finds a way to get that truck to the front. Doesn't matter whether he's driving trucks, whether he's driving stock cars, always seems to find a way to get the 19 up front. Sean Jacobs in second. Tony Furtado up on the outside, off the pace. Something happened to Tony Furtado. Maybe some contact there with he and Ben Silva. Not sure what happened there. Ben Silva to the inside. And Furtado on the outside line. Oh, man, coming around right there, but he keeps it straight. And Furtado trying to hold on to that thing. He does. No caution flag, but he loses a ton of positions. Tony Furtado spun. He got loose right here. He sees him coming around, the back end coming around. He's working that wheel, tried to catch it. Luckily for him, the outside wall grabbed onto the back of that car and turned him back around. Todd Robillard and John Stanley battling it out. Ford versus Chevy action. The Stanley Tools number 19 truck on the outside, number 12 truck as the 90 gets by. So 12 Stanley Tools sponsored Ford now falling back to the 9th position as Todd Robillard picks up P8. Michelle Bruno in here cheering on Dana Grover. Let's go Fireball Flash. Fireball Flash is running into 3rd position. 24 of Ed Palumbo in 4th. Jelson Neto is in 5th. A lot of this comes into play when you start thinking about trying to get around somebody. You got to protect, you got to dive down. And we see some cagey veterans right there with Jelson Neto, Ben Silva running nose to tail. That is 5th and 6th, just ahead of Ed Palumbo in the 4th position. Chris Harvey, one of our new drivers, hit the 2X. Trying to get a little aggressive here. High Octane Racing League new driver scheme. He is running in the 7th position. Claudio Bardelli Jr., the leader, the 24 of Sean Jacobs in 2nd. Some battling here going on. Ben Silva, Jelson Neto starting to battle it out a little bit. Jelson Neto on that inside trying to play a little bit of a protect mode there as Ben Silva looking to get around. Jesus Iglesias and John Stanley here battling it out. Jesus to the inside. Both those guys got some damage on that last big incident. Jesus maybe learned his lesson about pitting early and pitting late in the caution sequence and starting at the back. Now finds himself back in the 9th position. He was leading and ducked down pit lane late in a caution flag sequence and found himself in the back, and there was a caution flag and he got caught up in it. We got a good battle here. Starting to get a wad of cars, a wad of trucks together. Down to the back of Claudio Bardelli Jr.'s machine. Look at that. Dana Grover, Sean Jacobs, and Palumbo. Some cagey veterans, and we got a couple cars off the track. Cars off the track. Ben Silva off the track. So caution flag is out. Ben Silva through the middle. And I don't know what happened there. Take a look here as Ben Silva to the inside. Chris Harvey up on the outside. In contact. Silva flying across the middle of the track. Might have only collected one car, but Does look to be some contact between he and Chris Harvey. On board here with Chris Harvey. Man, that is tight. Squeezing him up into the wall. And Harvey up the track across the nose of the 90. Out of the front of Todd Robilard's machine. Man, that's not a lot of room to give that Ben Silva truck right there. Ben Silva right there on the outside. There's Harvey on that inside. And Harvey drifting up there, getting into Silva, squeezing him up into the wall. And then Silva flying through the grass. That was a tough deal there. You see, man, Silva had nowhere to go. He just got squeezed up into the wall. And he's in the up into the fence, and then got clipped. Again, you take a look at the 2X. He comes up the track. Ben Silva up on the outside, and we pretty obvious right there as the 2X gets into the 3. Take a look at the Gelson Netto's view of this. Watch that black line right there. You see that Harvey truck squeezing up there and getting into Silva. And then taking him for a ride. Back to live, I believe. We almost back to live. Here we go. Back to live, and it's the Gelson Netto in his 63. He's had a busy night. He's 71 laps in. We got a few laps to go here. Ben Silva finishing up his pit stop. So the 19, our leader, Ed Palumbo, is in second. Gelson Netto third. Todd Robillard fourth. Fifth is Jesus Iglesias. These guys just can't see. They had a good first run, and once we started caution flags, we sort of, kind of gotten out, hadn't been able to get out of that sequence. All right, so the 19 single file again here to start lap 74 when we get back by. Couple guys out of the race there. Chris Harvey, Andrew Smith, both out of the race. Pace car lights are out, so we're going to go green this time by. So it's got the 19, the 54, the 63, 1, 2, 3, and good start there for the 19, but the 54 right there on the backside of him. And Robillard's got his car or truck up to the 4th position. 19 gets a good bite there off the corner, opens up a gap on the 54. Bardelli Jr. is in P2, the 54 in the 2nd position. The 63 of Gelson Neto is in 3rd, and the 90 of Todd Robillard moving up to the 4th position. How about that? Jesus Iglesias back in the mix. Back in the mix is Jesus Iglesias. He's running in P5. And it's starting to get racy there for P2. Gelson Neto, Ed Palumbo holding on to that spot, but Gelson Neto looked on the low side. On board here with Gelson Neto. Just ahead is Ed Palumbo. Well, Gelson almost got into the outside wall. Almost got into the outside wall there. Backed off just in time as Robillard just behind him, that Craftsman-sponsored Chevy. John Stanley and Ubaldo Spindola here starting to have a battle. Ubaldo backs off as John Stanley holding on to that spot. He's in the 6th position. Benor Silva trying to get around Rory Martin. And Rory Martin in the 49 and Benor Silva in the 3. Silva picking up the 13th position. Rory back to P14. Look at that 3-way battle there as Gordon Carter working on the 89. Julio Caligari in this mix as well. Battle there is a 56. Oh, and Julio gives a 56 a little bit of a punch to give him going. Julio got in the back of that 56 truck just to give him a little bit of a push. And looks like he's going to get through. And Julio Caligari now going to have to fight for that spot as Dana Grover doesn't want to give it up. Good battle between the Toyota and the Chevy. Great battling here. Clean racing between those two guys. Julio Caligari trying to get around. Back here, look at this. Look at that. Grover holding on to that spot is now Caligari trying to battle Benor Silva. Trying to hold on to that spot. Silva in the outside wall. Silva making contact with the outside wall as Julio Caligari holding on to P11. And 9 of Tony Furtado in this mix as well. On Robillard trying to get around Jesus Iglesias. Whoa, Nelly. Robillard on the outside, Jesus Iglesias on the inside. Gelson Neto in this mix as well. Jesus, hold on. And we might have a yellow flag. Not a yellow flag, I didn't hear it. Look at this. Oh, somebody came all the way around. Oh, Neto. Gordon Carter up the track. Look here. What happened? Gordon Carter up on the outside. And the 89 diving in, getting into the back of the 56. And the 56 climbing up the track gets into... Caligari had nowhere to go right there. And the 56 right in the wall. Caligari had nowhere to go on that one. Get out of the front of Giulio Caligari's machine right there. These guys check it up, it looked like. So there was contact ahead. Looked like maybe Neto had gotten into the outside wall. And check it up. The guys were checking up. It looked like Gordon Carter got rear-ended by the 89. Oh, and then contact there. Furtado got caught up in that mess as well. He's trying to get through, and this guy's coming around. And Furtado had nowhere to go. These guys seem right now they're good for about 5 laps. Then all hell breaks loose. It's Claudio Bardelli Jr. He had time to chat us up in the chat session, chatting from his car, his truck. Carter's out. So it looked like just some check up there. Not a lot of room. Room to breathe there as those guys are all tightened up, and some issues there when somebody checks up. Everybody bunches up, they get out of the throttle, and it looked like maybe Gordon Carter got out of the throttle and just got rear-ended, looks like. Carter is now out of the race. A tough break there for him. Claudio Bardelli Jr. is our leader. Three trucks out of the race. Carter, Harvey, Smith, all out of the race. Still got a few laps to go here. Lap 83, scheduled to go 110. Bardelli Jr. the leader. Palumbo is in second. Iglesias third. Stanley fourth. Givaldo Spindola is in fifth. Don't forget, on Friday this week, we got the Daytona Duels High Octane Racing League Xfinity Series style. 2 races, 35 laps each. The winner of each one of those races will start on the front row for the very next week in our full event at Daytona on the 14th of February. So that'll be broadcast live right here on TurnLeft TV this Friday, February the 7th. Please join us in the stream. I would really appreciate that. Guys going single file again. I don't think it's really helped alleviate some of the cautions, but nonetheless, Bardelli Jr. definitely likes where he's at. He's up front. Got Palumbo in second. Don't forget to join Claudio Bardelli Jr. at his Sober Tom podcast channel on YouTube. Talks all things music. Please help him out. And Claudio, a great musician himself, loves music, loves talking about music, all music, man. He loves it all. So 19 truck tonight in his spare time when he's not racing with us. Sober Tom podcast on YouTube. I think we're going to go green this time by. As it looks like the pace car might have dived down pit lane. Dived down. It's diving down.
Go.
And here we go, back to green. Bardelli Jr. get a good start there as that Palumbo right there on his tail. Iglesias is in the third position. He's looking on the low side. And side by side now, I think, for the second position. Iglesias got a nose underneath the 54. And he backs off. So Iglesias pushing it a little bit on the inside. On board here with Jesus Iglesias running in P3. Down to the inside. Iglesias trying to get around that Palumbo Cigars sponsor Chevy. Not able to pull that off. Benner Silva, Dana Grover here battling it out. Dana Grover, the Trax VR Toyota, trying to battle a KG veteran with Benner Silva. Silva in the 3 truck. Able to get back by Dana Grover. Rory Martin to the inside, sliding the truck up, getting into the 89. A little bit of a slide job there. And the number 49 picking up that spot, but a little slide job. Is Todd Robillard now working with Dana Grover. Grover now working on that outside line. Grover wants that spot back. Out of the front of Todd Robillard's machine, and Dana Grover is going to pick up that spot. Wow, working that outside line. That's a hockey move right there. That is a hockey move. As now Todd Robillard going to follow him through. Sean Jacobs going to try to get through as well. Sean Jacobs backs off, and 90. Todd Robillard makes it through. Gelson Neto is starting to scooch up there as well. Gelson Neto in a 63, battling Sean Jacobs side by side. Man, it's getting racy now. Getting racy. Take a look at Benner Silva and Givaldo. Benner Silva on the inside, Givaldo to 68 on the outside line in 6. And Benner Silva is in the 5th position. This battle back here is still raging. Ford versus Chevy. Sean Jacobs stuck behind that 49. He's trying to get down to the low side. Can't do it. The 49 going to give him some room on the high side. Sean Jacobs in the Kubota sponsor machine. As Gelson Neto staying behind him. Furtado. Oh, a Caligari. Furtado on his side. And Furtado
Yellow.
comes out. Wow, what happened there? Furtado, man, he tried to see what happened here. Watch here, the 28 up on the outside line. That's Julio Caligari. Tony Furtado up the track. There as Caligari on the outside And Furtado coming across the nose of Caligari. And then on his side. And then he spins again, I believe. There'll be a second spin in this sequence as he's trying to get back out on track. Watch this again, full Monty, and then just comes across the nose of Caligari. Caligari got a good look at the bottom of that truck. Board here with the Giulio Caligari as you see Tony Furtado coming across the nose right there, and Caligari says, yeah, bottom side looks okay, guys. It's all right, everything's there. And Caligari had nowhere to go on that one. I don't think Furtado really knew how far he was up there. Comes up the track, flips him, and then hard into the wall. And then spinning, or flipping over, and getting in the grass. Go back to live here. Here on lap 94. Looks like Tony Furtado might have retired his machine. He's going to finish in the 14th position. I had a feeling this track, I mean, it's a really tough track. You add the tire rule in here, you got a bigger field, and I had a feeling this is going to be a little bit of a challenging night for some of these guys. Rory Martin does look to be, like he was on pit lane, I believe. He has finished up his pit stop, coming back out on track. So, taking some tires. Remember, there is a tire rule in this series, so you get 12 total tires. Every 2 tires you take over that limit will give you a 1 lap penalty. And it looks like Rory Martin on the inside, it looks like he's had some trouble trying to get back out on track. So Rory Martin coming around. Interesting deal there. He's coming back down pit lane, it looks like. Take a look here as we can get it to go back. Take a look here. I don't know what happened there. He under yellow spins. So interesting deal. There's straight down to the inside. Interesting sequence there for Rory Martin. And I would suggest to you he is now going to get that truck repaired, and he does. Claudio Bardelli Jr., the leader, and we're getting ready to go back green here as we get ready to finish out this race. Hopefully these guys will keep this green to the finish. Thank you so much for joining us here on Turn Left TV. A little bit of a challenging race here tonight with some of the caution flags, but they've been fun to watch. We'll say that. We had a good first run, and then that first caution kind of caused us to bunch up some cautions there together. Guys have not been able to really string it out and get a good long run in. And the pace car going to come in this time by. So we're going to start lap 98. Scheduled to go 110 here tonight. Pace car's off. Bardelli Jr. will lead the field to take the green flag.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Back to green. Oh, Jesus driving up to the outside on that start. He anticipated that one. Now he's side by side with the 54. Oh, and Jesus gets out of the throttle. Jesus gets out of the throttle, and Benner Silva might have got into the back of him. He could not check up quickly enough. He checked up. Now we're 3 wide. As, wow, these guys going for broke here. So much for the being patient. And Cameron's come around. So Cameron is around in that 49 truck. Take a look and see what happened here. Oh, he's going 4 wide. Contact between wow. Hold on here. Let's see. These guys are almost 4 wide. As contact there. 4 wide. Oh. And look like, see the 11's on the outside. You have 49 trying to make it, trying to go through in the middle. I don't know what we're doing here with 4 wide. And then there's contact between the 12 and the 28. I think the 12 trying to get down out of the way and makes contact. Now that's not really, those guys are able to keep it straight, but a 49. And he came down, got into Stanley, came across the nose of the 11. Man, I don't know what was going on there. So it looked like a little 4 wide situation, not exactly the ideal situation here. And So Claudio Bardelli Jr. in the 19 truck, leading a lot of laps here under yellow. Now, Ed Palumbo will start in the second position. Jesus Iglesias in third. Benner Silva fourth. Givaldo Spindle is fifth. And looks like 5 drivers out of the race. So we get back on green. I think we're going to be on lap 103. Let's see, 104 maybe. Start lap 104. We go back green. I think the pace car's lights are out, so indicating we are going back green. So the tire rule may not be a big deal for some of these guys since we've run a lot of laps under caution. Silva up to fourth position. Givaldo, top 5 run here for him so far tonight. Take a look at the Givaldo in the 68 truck, running in P5. Just behind him is Sean Jacobs. Gelson Neto at E63 will start in the 7th position. Dana Grover 8th, Todd Robillard 9th, and Julio Galagari rounding out the top 10. And here we go. Back to green. Lap 104. Jesus got a good run on the inside. Diving down there as Ed Palumbo trying to play a little defense. Jesus a little squirrely off the corner. Diving down to the inside. Trying to hold that truck down. Not able to get the bite that he needs off the corner. And Benner Silva now right there in his mix. Get out of the back of Jesus' machine. Benner Silva just behind. The battle here is Sean Jacobs, Givaldo Spindola, and Gelson Neto battling it out. Sean Jacobs inside with that 24. A little squirrely there for Sean Jacobs. Oh, he drifted up the track. Got into the wall and Givaldo. And wow, that thing just snapped on him. And he's going to lose some positions. Here. Woo, Nelly. Sean Jacobs drifting up the track. Givaldo holding on. Also, John Stanley slipping in here. Stanley battling Julio Galagari. Man, that got crazy right there. Holy Toledo. Go back and look at that Sean Jacobs incident. Sean Jacobs got snappy loose. Drift up. He got into Givaldo. Oh, and into the outside wall. Holy Toledo. Julio Caligari. Oh, Caligari into the outside wall. Flip it over. Caligari got loose and across the nose of Craig Gallagher, it looked like. And, there was contact maybe there. I'm not sure if there was contact between he and John Stanley. There was definitely contact here with John Stanley. And then into the outside. And it looked like Caligari got a little bit loose. Up on the outside line, tough to do here on these older tires. And right there, just making an adjustment. There was no contact there, and then contact here off the corner. And then, oh, man. And 28 truck off the pace. Oh, well, you know what that means. Green, white, checker. So, green, white checker on here. So we got a green-white checker headed our way as Claudio Bardelli Jr. is the leader. 54 at Palumbo second. Jesus third. Silva fourth. Neto is fifth. Looking for the chopper. There was a chopper. Oh, there's the chopper. Get to the chopper. And a couple guys on pit lane, I believe. So looks like maybe Givaldo and Caligari on pit lane. Now Caligari has some damage, I believe, so he is on pit lane taking some service. Guys now talking about how much tire they have left. There is a tire rule in this series, so this has been something that's challenged that or made this more challenging for them with the caution flags here tonight. So you see Caligari finishing up his service, coming back out on track. So Bardelli Jr., our leader. And I think we're going to go green this time by. All right, they're going to go too wide for this green-white checker finish. So 2 wide here, restart for the green-white checker. And it looks like the 19 has elected to take the inside line. That puts Ed Palumbo up in the outside line. Jesus Iglesias will be on the inside in the 22. This is going to get interesting now. 2 laps to figure out the winner. Lights are out. Going to go green this time by green-white checker here at Nashville. Tightening them up there. Tight here on this restart. Here we go. Back to green. Iglesias gets by on the inside. Now he's going to challenge Claudio Bardelli Jr. Justin Neto also gets by. And Palumbo battling back on the outside line. Claudio Bardelli Jr. Can he hang on here for the victory? 54 back to the 3rd position. Iglesias in the 22 is 2nd. Benner Silva now climbing up there with Justin Neto. Good battle here. 3-way battle. 63, the 3, and the 54. The 90 in this mix as well. And the 19 of Claudio Bardelli Jr. down the backstretch. Jesus got one more shot to get him. Coming off the turn, Claudio Bardelli Jr. down the front stretch is going to take the victory here at Nashville. Claudio Bardelli Jr. getting the win. So congratulations to Claudio Bardelli Jr. Well, congratulations to Claudio as we're trying to get to the side of his car. Every time the car moves in a different position, it's so congratulations to Claudio. Hopefully he's watching so I can get a good screenshot of him. Let's get some light on that car, baby. So congratulations to Claudio on getting the win here at Nashville. Fantastic run there for Claudio. And we had a good finish there. So Claudio Bardelli Jr. getting the win. Not exactly the best screenshot in the world, but we got him. 2 in a row for Claudio. Let's take a look at the final results. And the green-white checker. Claudio Bardelli Jr. gets a win. Jesus Iglesias finishes in the 2nd position. Finishing in third is Ed Palumbo in the 54. In fourth is Jelson Neto in the 63. Ben Silva finishes in fifth. In the sixth position is Todd Robillard. Osvaldo Spinola finishes in seventh. Dana Grover eighth. Sean Jacobs finishes in the ninth position. John Stanley finishes in P10. Finishing in the 11th position is Julio Caligari. In 12th, Craig Gallagher. Rory Martin finishes in the 13th position. 14th is Tony Furtado. Gordon Carter finishes 15th. Chris Harvey finishes in the 16th position. And finishing in 17th is Andrew Smith. So Claudio Bardelli Jr. gets the win, and we'll see if we can't get a little bit of an interview with him. All right, Claudio Bardelli Jr. joining us up here in the race, and we had a good long run in that first run, but after that we had a lot of caution flags. How were you on tires? And talk about how that strategy worked out for you to get up front.
Good night. In the first half of the race, I tried to maintain close to top 5, and after the pits, I see too many yellows is happen in the race. I try to maintain my tires, safe tires. In the final, I believe this track is not easy to passing. Então I try to maintain my position, calm down, and I luck guy again.
Well, you have a situation in this track where it lends itself to guys really diving down to the inside and trying to maybe do kind of what we call a slide job, where they slide back up in front of the car or the truck that they're trying to pass. Did you feel like that was happening sometimes tonight? And if so, were you playing a little defense tonight to keep that from happening to you?
Yes, it's a difficult to passing when the draft in the front car or back car is a problem to passing. The line outside the line is faster in the outside the turn, and I try to maintain the line is out in the middle. The turn is enter the line in, and I try to maintain my tires in a little break in enter the turn is helping me to maintain my tires. It is good race, but I don't like this track. But it's good race for me.
Well, next week we've got another very challenging track, Claudio. You got 2 wins in a row. Next we get Lucas Oil Raceway, another slick track, shorter track, and tough on tires there as well. What's the plan at Lucas Oil for you?
The plan is win. In the champ is difficult for I lost 2 races, I believe, and then try to I have fun and the win do my partners.
Well, congratulations, man. Good to see you. And we plugged the Sobotron podcast, so guys can check you out on that. And good to see you back in Victory Lane. And best of luck to you next week, Claudio.
Thank you. Good night and good weekend.
All right, it's Claudio Bardelli Jr. joining us in the booth, and another win for Claudio, man. Just seems to keep racking up the wins, 2 in a row. That's a big deal for him. So fantastic run for Claudio Bardelli Jr. Another win in the books, and maybe another championship run for him in the 19. Pretty good driver, if I do say so myself. So don't forget, next week we got a big one too, and that is Lucas Oil Raceway. That's going to be a challenging event, especially with the tire rule. And you guys are going to have to maybe simmer down just a little bit. Don't forget, on Friday, we'll be right back at it here on TurnLeft TV. We'll be at Daytona for a 2 35-lap races. It's the Daytona Duels Xfinity Series style, and that's coming up this Friday, February the 7th, and it'll be live right here on TurnLeft TV. Don't want to miss it, man. That's going to be fantastic. So excited for that, for sure. Saturday Night Thunder will be at Daytona for race number 5 of the series, and that's coming up on February the 8th. 2 35-lap races there at Daytona this weekend, so you don't want to miss that one either. And we're excited about that as well.
A lot of soul.
Tonight's race has been brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you are interested in an rFactor 2 server, there are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. That is EliteHostingUSA.com. Thank you so much for joining me here on the YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't done so, and smash that bell. You get updates when races are going live. Thanks to all those folks who come out, watch the races each and every week. I really appreciate all the support. That's very fun for me to be able to come out and bring these races to you too. So really appreciate all the support here at TurnLeft TV. Congratulations to Claudio Bardelli Jr. getting another win. Next week, Lucas Oil Raceway right here on TurnLeft TV and the Truck Series. Keep your eyes peeled for that one. That's going to do it for me tonight. Thank you so much for coming in, and I appreciate your support. I am out of here.